Hi, my name is Seth Patterson, and I'm the Associate Director for Chapel Life at Rockefeller Memorial Chapel at the University of Chicago. I have a Master of Divinity from the University of Chicago Divinity School, and I also have a Master of Fine Arts in Theater Performance from Florida Atlantic University, and before getting my MDiv, I spent my career as a professional actor, director, and producer. And being approached with this question of the relationship or the possible antagonism between religion and science, I find fascinating because it's not one that I grew up with. I grew up in a household in which the two things seemed to have no problem relating to each other. My grandfather was a chemical engineer who worked for Standard Oil and invented a thing that apparently they still use, and then he went to seminary and ended up being the president of a major American Protestant denomination. My father is a Presbyterian minister and works as a hospital chaplain, and growing up I saw him read science. We refer to Albert Einstein in my house as Uncle Al. He read about theories and chaos theory, and so this was part of my life. I saw this. So to watch the antagonism, to watch that there seems to be lines drawn in the sand, has always been curious to me. And it could be that I don't know enough about either religion or science to know where the lines are, but it's not something that I've ever experienced. And then having worked in the theater and plays as being a place of discovery. A play is a moment where multiple people come together, committed to discovering or creating or forming out of somebody's words some sort of truth that can be passed on to an audience. In that world, I also don't see an antagonism between science and art, or art and religion, that the two things work together as modes of discovery, as questions about the unknown, questions about what we are supposed to do or not to do in this world. And it reminds me of a dialogue in a play called Picasso with the Lapin Agile by Steve Martin. And here's a very old script of it. Einstein says, "The theories must be beautiful. You know why the sun doesn't revolve around the earth? Because the idea is not beautiful enough. If you're trying to prove that the sun revolves around the earth in order to make the theory fit the facts, you have to have the planets moving backwards and the sun doing loop-the-loops. It's too ugly. Way ugly." Picasso says, "So you're saying you bring a beautiful idea into being?" "Yes. We create a system and see if the facts can fit it." "So you're not just describing the world as it is?" "No, we are creating a new way of looking at the world." "So you're saying you dream the impossible and put it into effect?" And Einstein says, "Exactly. You dream the impossible and put it into effect." That is the role of art. That is the role of religion. And that is the role of science in the most ideal of circumstances. Thank you.